Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to everyday items that have changed over years. Technology has obviously got more advanced, and I mean in many aspects things will have changed, and I would say got better. Like, it is for the better, but there's obviously some things that negatively affect a lot of people. But I assume this will be more just focused on maybe, this is everyday items. I was going to say household items, but I might just be saying that because I'm seeing an iron right here. But everyday items, maybe it's going to be focusing on bikes or cars or just random things, or again more so household things. We're going to see. Hopefully going to enjoy. Hopefully you're all doing well, and let's just jump into this.
There are many things that we use or do today, and we never really think about how it used to be. Some things...
Bro, I used to have an old iron in my house, and I mean, I assume it was probably from about 100 years ago because it was fully rusted like through, and it wasn't even looking like it had colour on it. But I assume how it worked is you just heated up the iron, and then you just held it. So you just heated it up with a fire or something, and then you just used it like that. This looks a bit newer than the one that I saw. This has got like a little water bit here, I think. I assume it's like you put boiled water here. The one that I saw was literally just an iron. Like, it just had this bit here. Nothing here. Nothing to show there was any water that could go into it. So I assume you just literally heated the bottom up and then just used it after that.
You might be surprised on how it was done, while others might surprise you how long they've been around. In today's video, we'll have a look back at some of these items and just see how far we've really come.
Mobile phones or phones. Here we go.
Television in the 1960s was groundbreaking, but there was one problem, which was reception. Homes never had any TV aerials installed, so that is where rabbit ear antennas came into play. If you have ever used one of these, then you know how much of a pain they are. Many people had to play around with the antennas to get them just right in order to get a signal. We're lucky that technology has advanced since then, and we no longer have to use these rabbit ear antennas. If you wanted to have toast in the 1920s,
The 1920s.
then
Oh, okay. This is a long way back. 1920s. How are they making toast? I'm assuming you are just putting in bread on a fire.
it had to be manually flipped in order to have both
Oh, so there was actually some sort of toasting mechanism then.
sides toasted. This contraption is what was used, and it sort of looks like a jail for bread. At the time, it would have been classy, but it really was impractical and certainly isn't safe now.
It's pretty cool though. Damn.
In the early 1900s, beard trimming wasn't anywhere near what it is now. These beard trimmers look extremely sharp, which probably made them extremely effective as well. However, they also look like they could really nick you or even take off part of your ear.
Chunks of your ear as well, not just parts, chunks.
I don't think anyone will be switching from the electric beard trimmers anytime soon. Fire grenades were the original fire extinguishers
Fire grenades? I've never heard of these in my life.
that were thrown into fires to help suppress the flames. They were popular between the 1870s and
Oh, so this is a long way back.
1900s, but modern fire extinguishers have rendered them obsolete.
Yeah.
At the time, it was a very different way to help stop the growth of a fire. Inside of the glass bottle was carbon tetrachloride to help combat small fires. Once the glass broke, the fluid inside would smother the flames.
Jeez.
This is a recipe that dates back to 3000 BC, and it is from ancient Mesopotamia. If you saw this recipe, you would probably have no clue how to do it, much less what it was for. This slab shows you how to make your very strong type of Sumerian beer. It is certainly easier to head to the convenience store now.
You can't really put it more.
Take a
More
look at
easy
these
than that.
slick sunglasses.
These are sunglasses. Wait, what?
Take a look at these slick
Wait, what the heck is going on here? These are sunglasses.
sunglasses. They are some of the first sunglasses and were made 4,000 years ago.
I mean, if they work, they work. It doesn't really matter how they look. If they're protecting their eyes, then fair enough.
These sunglasses were meant to protect the eyes from UV light and snow blindness. They were created out of flattened walrus ivory with small slits to minimize the amount of light entering through. But don't look for these to come back in style anytime soon because they aren't the easiest to see through.
I mean, he says that, but with how fashion is, I could actually imagine this sort of thing just sort of popping up again and just becoming fashionable. Because the world's mad. But that's pretty interesting though, how this, like, obviously I can understand how it would work, but, and if it did the job, then fair enough. I mean, who cares how it looks, but it's pretty wild how they even managed to figure this out in the first place.
Wishing trees were once the original wishing well. I'm sure most people have thrown a coin into a fountain at some point and made a wish. Trees such as this one were used in a similar way for wishes. Instead of throwing coins into the water, they would place them into the tree trunk. As time went on, the trees would grow over the coins, keeping them nice and safe. Let's just hope these people's wishes came true.
What the heck? That's pretty
Vending
cool, though.
machines were an invention that changed the game of selling goods. The very first vending machines were
The first vending machine, damn.
created in England during the 1800s, and they look nothing like what we see today. They were coin-operated machines that spit out fruit. Today, vending machines dispense all sorts of goods. Not only that, but they take debit and credit cards as well as other forms of payment.
Yep. And they ain't cheap. They're usually a bit more of a it's probably like an added 20% to the average price of the thing that you'd buy from the shop. But they're still in use.
Leather shoes have come a long way since their introduction some 5,000 years ago. This is an example of one from that time period. It almost seems unbelievable that archaeologists were able to discover and dig up this preserved shoe from an Armenian cave.
God damn. I'm just trying to figure out, is there laces on this? I mean, there must have probably been laces here, to be honest.
Back then, people were creating shoes to protect their feet just like today, but many used materials like bark and leaves. These shoes are certainly no Air Jordans of today, but they certainly were in their time.
Done the job, man. Done the job.
This retro shopping list made grocery shopping easier by using movable markers so the shopper could keep stock of everyday
This could be usable now. This is a pretty cool idea. I don't know when this would have been made, but
pantry items. This pocket-sized gadget made sure you wouldn't forget anything. Something like this could still be used today.
yeah, exactly.
Sure, there's probably an app, but would it have cake on it like this one?
Nah. That's cool though. I like that one a lot.
The first belt buckles were exclusively worn by the wealthy to
Belt
express
buckle.
one's status. This isn't something that is still practiced today, but we
And
do see
still.
remnants of this when we look at the rodeo and fighting worlds. Whoever was wearing this belt buckle was of great importance. I wonder what prominent king was wearing this beautiful piece. If you take a quick look at this device, I'm sure you can easily tell it is for food preparation. This
Whoa.
6-burner oven and stove combo also had a bread warmer.
I bet this was so damn expensive.
With all of that, it certainly sounds like it made cooking a breeze. Over the years, ovens have advanced, but you certainly can't get one like this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, again, if there's an updated version of this, I mean, I guess ovens are all in one, to be fair, so that's probably how it is, but it still looks quite cool.
Unless you buy it restored. If you look online, there's a few companies that do just that. This was something that was essential for large families and gatherings in the past.
That's pretty cool as well.
Long before Dungeons and Dragons became popular, ancient Romans were using this 20-sided die. This one is about 1800 years old and appears to have Greek symbols on each side. Were they nerding out over a game, gambling, or casting magic spells? We may never know the answer to that question, but it is fascinating to see an ancient game piece. The computer mouse has come a long way since it first came out in
This is the first computer mouse. Oh, this is going to be cool to see as well. Doesn't look very comfortable, but I don't think they were really they're made to be used for probably 10 plus hours a day compared to how people have to use them now.
1964. This is the first one,
What
and
the
it got
hell?
its name because of the cord in the back, which looked like a mouse tail. It was invented by Douglas Engelbart, and it was meant to be a wooden box with 2 rolling wheels attached to the bottom of it. His goal was to make an interactive device that would make computing easier. It certainly worked, and the rest is history. Any idea what this is?
Typewriter, I think. Yeah.
A few of you may know, but this is an antique calculator.
Oh. I was pretty far off then.
They used to look like typewriters rather than mathematical calculation devices. These calculators look nothing like the modern ones that we see today. Back then, they were actually known as comptometers, and they were the first key-driven mechanical calculators on the market.
I mean, when this first came out, this must have been like revolutionary.
This toy was something that ancient Egyptian parents put in their children's graves so they would have something to play with in the afterlife.
What?
About 4,500 years ago, it was common to see parents placing this homemade ball with their deceased children. It was created out of linen rags, and something like that would be creepy to most modern parents.
Is it just supposed to be like a football from, or not even a football, just a ball? I guess they would have used it for anything from the ancient Egyptian times, maybe.
This is the rib cage shower, and it is probably one of the more frightening ones that you will ever see.
Oh, it sprays you all around.
It was also referred to as the needle shower because it shot out jets around your torso. These showers were marketed towards men's athletic clubs, and some even claimed to massage internal organs.
Bro, the amount of water this would have used.
After hearing that and seeing it, it sounds like some sort of torture device.
Damn.
After looking at all these items, you can certainly see how things have evolved over the years.
Yeah.
There's no telling how things will be in 10 years, much less another 100 or 1,000 years. No matter what, the world will constantly change, and things we use today will someday seem archaic. I hope you enjoyed this little walk.
I did enjoy this. I do always enjoy reacting to this guy's channel because he just has these throwback videos to times that I can't imagine, but also just these items and stuff. A lot of these I've never heard of, never seen before, but it's cool to see. I actually think the furniture televisions, the furniture televisions of the 50s and 60s are quite chic. They look a lot better than just an oversized flat screen mounted on the wall. I'm nostalgic for any time before the internet, smartphones and social media. Life was so much richer before these improvements. Hey, I mean, that's someone who's experienced it. I can't really speak on experience. I just know what I'm used to now. But a lot of these, again, for that time, like the calculator, for example, must have been so ahead of its time and so revolutionary. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this reaction. And yeah, I guess also let me know if you remember using any of these items. I mean, I don't think some of you will have used the slick sunglasses from thousands of years ago, or even the this glass ball that put fires out. But some of them I'm assuming you would remember because they're from much more recent times. But yeah, that's that. Until next time, I subscribe. Peace.